hole there. It's another DrawBomb.
Same time, same place. Wait, no, I guess you normally say that at the end.
Yeah, you say that to let people know where they're gonna.
Where they should tune in next time. You know. Okay.
I mean, it is the same time and the same place, so it's not. It's not like an inaccurate statement. It's just.
I just like to mention where and when things are often. You know.
Yeah, everyone loves a good cliche.
Tick.
You got like
How's it going, Ian?
It's going well. But you got like an obsessive compulsive thing where you gotta say the time and the place.
Yeah, I gotta mention the time and the place. Gotta you know, tap my head 3 times before I eat anything.
We call it the old 24 disorder, where you gotta say how much time is left in the countdown every time you go to a new spot. You gotta say the when and the where.
Exactly.
Every time you like show up at some place, they go peach, peach, peach.
Is
the number change and
is that just somebody like in the editing bay of 24 who's like, sorry, just can't get over this. Can't help myself.
I can't help it. I gotta put numbers in front of these fucking scenes. You can't stop me.
Is there actually 24 hours of television in that series? How does it work? Is it all a lie?
You know, I have no idea.
Have you watched any of it?
Never a single second.
Me neither.
I just know that Gail the Snail.
She's the man in the chair.
That's right.
Or woman in the chair in this one, at least.
She plays the old Jack Bauer's daughter who gets lost up in the mountains with mountain lions.
What? No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does. Gail the Snail?
She's Jack Bauer's daughter? I thought she's her his intel person in the computer, that's helping him do everything through his earpiece.
I could be wrong. I mean, again, I've never seen a single. I just thought that Marilyn Rice Cub played Jack Bauer's daughter.
I believe his daughter's played by who's that blonde girl that was popular in the 2000s? I know that does not narrow it down.
Oh boy.
Let me see. I can find her name. What's that? I believe his daughter is played by what's her name? Alicia Cuthbert.
Alicia Cuthbert. I don't think that's how you actually say her name, but I'm gonna pronounce it like that for the rest of the episode.
Alicia Cuthbert. And then Gail Snail is Jack Bauser's. I'm reading
Jack Bowser.
Jack Bowser's Oracle.
You know, Jack Bowser, he really would have stopped that nuclear missile if somebody hadn't touched that axe next to his bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, right in the lava.
My brain just was like, received nothing from that for a second, and then it clicked.
It was just a bunch of words doinking off of a metal wall.
Does it get to the point where he's dealing with nuclear missiles? Because I think in the beginning he's just trying to get his daughter.
I have never seen a single episode. I have no idea.
Yeah, I keep asking you questions like you should know.
Brandon, why don't you tell me about 24?
I was 24 adjacent. I never watched it, but I had family members who did.
How does the show end?
Could not tell you that at all. I think everybody in my family who watched it fell out of it before it ended.
Interesting. And when Jack Bowser does the 24, does he get a purple heart?
No, they give him a blue heart, which is even more rare.
It's a more diseased heart. That heart is even more unhealthy.
The blue heart. Yeah.
You get the purple heart, and if you make it back, you get the black lung, diseased lung. These are the medals we give you.
If you're lucky. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answers. Maybe somebody in our chat is a 24 aficionado, but
Real 24 head.
Yeah.
Are you a 24 head?
I'm just a forehead.
Just a regular one. Well then, what you know, I like to imagine that in 24, there's got to be at least a couple of hours just for like pointless admin, like Jack Bauer's got to get to the grocery store today. He's just standing there in the aisle like, Hormel chili, or I could get some SpaghettiOs, which beep,
You know, you gotta
beep. Beep.
You gotta be rushing through the grocery store when that clock's ticking.
Just the clock's like doing its dramatic counting, and he's like, "Do I want a full pound? Am I really gonna use the full pound of chicken this week before it goes bad?" It's like that scene in Hurt Locker where Jeremy Renner comes back, and he's just got like all these aisles of like cereal and like, you know, very pedestrian and low stakes choices, and then he decides like, fuck this, I'd rather be back to where the bombs are at.
I would like to know if Jack Bowser gets together with 24 at the end.
I'm curious myself. It's the titular romance of the show.
Jack 24 Bowser. Speaking of putting the character's name in the movie title, there's another Michael Halloween movie coming out.
There is, yeah.
And this one's called Michael Halloween Ends, which I don't believe them, because I think they've titled them something like that like multiple times now.
Well, it was what? For the reboots, they got a naming convention going on, and they got like this sort of big nostalgia boner thing going on. Like they even hired John Carpenter to, I think, direct this new one, or he's involved with it in some he's involved with it to some capacity. That's all the advertisements keep saying, is just like, this one's by John Carpenter.
They're like, this one's not gonna suck like all the others.
Yeah, this one, forget about that last one, please.
Their ad campaign is basically like, it finally ends. Like that's like something to celebrate.
No longer will you have to pay money for us to waste your time. Are you afraid about FOMO? Do you want to be part of the national zeitgeist and talking about the latest film? Well, guess what? This is the last Halloween you have to care about.
I think that ship sailed a long time ago. I'm not sure the Halloween films are much of the water cooler talk anymore. Hey, Bill, you see the newest Halloween? What? No.
No, I don't think anyone gives a shit about the Halloween movies anymore, especially because the last
you're
one
muted
was
or something.
Such trash. Well, damn it. I was muted in Discord, but not muted in OBS because...
Oh, okay. So you just didn't want me to hear the shit you were saying.
Yeah, I was talking shit on you, but I wanted to say it directly to the audience. No, for some reason OBS has started doing this thing where I press the button that I have set up to mute, and it only works if I have OBS as the active window, which kind of defeats the
purpose.
And now I just checked now, and the keyboard shortcut I have to mute myself is just not working in general. So this is great.
Yeah, something's always got to break. I mean, right before we started, my microphone just wasn't working for any reason. No reason in particular.
Good stuff.
Restart my computer and everything's working again. So,
well, there you go. I'm the Stream Deck. It seems to work perfectly sometimes, and then I'll have these short periods of time where it's just like, I don't know, and I'm like, do I have to
nah.
Do I have to reinstall my Stream Deck app? And I just might. So we'll find out later. I'm not gonna do it now. Fuck that shit. But I
do it
won't...
live. It'll be good streaming content.
Yeah, I won't be able to mute myself. So if I have to mute myself, it's gonna take a couple extra seconds. Super fun.
It's all right. I've always wanted to know what it sounded like when you blew your nose.
Well.
And now I know.
Yeah. Peel back the curtain. Really see how the sausage gets made. Well, Brandon, have you participated in any media events this week?
Media events. Yeah, I've participated in a few media events. I've still been watching the Game of Thrones spinoff. It's pretty decent so far. We'll see how it goes as it, keeps going along. Handmaid's Tale's back. I like that show a lot. So, been enjoying that. Atlanta's back. I like that show. A million shows. Watch all the shows.
It's safe to say that pretty much all of the shows are back right now, right?
I know. There used to be a point where you'd be like, all right, it's kind of like the off season. I guess nothing new to watch. I'll go do something productive. But now it's like
that just ended.
All your favorite shows are back.
Yes,
a different one comes back every week.
It's interesting too because the TV show off season happens during the summertime, which is when I feel like it's not. The students mostly are the ones who have all the free time and stuff like that. But in general, people seem to be more willing to go on vacations and like take a load off during the summertime, or teachers at least also get out of class. I mean, they have to work on the syllabus for next year, but still, I feel like people have a degree of more free time during the summer than perhaps like the rest of the year. In some capacity, one or another, either by choice or just by jobs being like sort of a summer sort of thing, like restaurant work. If you have like outdoor seating, tends to be a very summer job. Anyways, feels weird that like as soon as like the weather stops being nice. Although I guess that actually makes sense too. Is if the weather stops being nice, you start.
I'm inside watching more TV when it's cold.
Yeah.
Versus when it's nice out.
That actually does make a lot more sense. During the summertime, people are going places. They're not like willing to sort of stick around and say, well, there's a beautiful day outside. Let's all watch the season premiere of, I don't know.
My incest dragon show.
Yes. I need to find out which brother and sister are fucking this time.
I like how Game of Thrones, that series, like, the fact that the Lannisters are like hooking up is like this like taboo, and then the spin-off, you go back 200 years and it's just very, very accepted at this point.
It's a little bit
go wild, go ham.
Oh,
we
they're
all want to
fucking.
have white hair.
That's okay. I mean, I can't speak to the politics of the new show and the inner politics, not like the overall like relation to actual real world politics, but in the show. But it sort of makes sense that like at least 200 years prior they might be a little more lax with.
Yeah,
that
I'm sure that's true about us 200 years ago.
I think so. Right?
Well, I don't know. Who knows what people were doing back then? Rolling around in the muck. Who knows?
Just rolling around in the muck. That's their like. They upgraded from the muck to the hay.
Is that ageist for me to say that? People. Well, I'm assuming they were doing it when they were young.
People who were born 200 years ago are extremely offended right now.
I'm calling them savages. That's all. I'm not saying that they're old. They were probably young when they were doing it. They just, if you don't have a cell phone, you don't have Twitter, what the fuck are you supposed to do besides roll around in the muck?
Why don't we just go fuck in a swamp? Like, I may not know what penicillin is, and I may think that my land is owned by the divine right of the king, but I'm gonna go get freaky in a swamp.
Exactly.
This is the fuck swamp over here. This is the swamp we fucking.
That happens in a lot of horror movies.
The fuck swamp? Yeah.
They pick the least sexy spot to.
It might happen in the new Halloween.
Get to work.
Yeah, they're always like, oh my god, look at this graveyard full of dead bodies. Let's bomb.
It's Halloween and the city dump is empty. Let's go. Did you hear something?
Brenda, what do you mean you don't? What do you mean you don't want to have sex inside the Museum of Tumors. Like, what's the deal?
Does that museum exist? I hope not.
No, I mean, they have one in Philadelphia that's essentially that, called the Mutter Museum. Just like a museum of like physical abnormalities and like birth defects and things of that nature.
The Mutter Museum?
Yeah. M-U-T-T-E-R.
My father was a mutter.
Based on something, I think I want to say it's like Alfred Mutter or something like that. But yeah, he's got there's a bunch of fetuses and jars in that museum if you want to come to Philly sometime and check it out.
I don't. Thanks for not taking me to that when I was there.
You're so welcome. We can always go to the Franklin Science Institute again, which is made for children.
Hey, that sounds way better than the tumor pit.
You know I oversold it, but the Mutter Museum is a lot of fun. I mean, the Jar of Fetus room is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Fetus jar room is neat. I'm just saying.
I suppose, you know.
I'm not weird.
You know, all these fetuses are hanging out in jars for you know, if for no other reason than people to pay admission fees to go look at them, then sure.
Like the fetuses are just like in there, they're like knitting, going, it's a living.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's going on.
Well, you know, I haven't been there, so I can't say for sure.
It's true. Well, I'll have to show you next time.
Ian, have you consumed any media in the past week?
Nothing new like you have. I'm not right. Keeping up to date with all the shows, even though it's not like out of the like I could keep up with the new Game of Thrones if I really sought it out. And that's not like I won't watch that.
You just don't want to.
Like, I got other things I gotta do. I'm a busy guy.
I totally get it.
How dare you mock me, Brandon? No, but I mean, I finished the rehearsal. That was fun.
Oh yeah, we'll discuss that a little bit.
Other than that, I've just been watching a lot of just YouTube junk. Just a lot of junk on YouTube.
Yeah. You like your YouTube junk, and who can blame you?
Yeah. Especially if you're a busy guy and you gotta get a bunch of work done. You don't want to have to like be like, wait, who's under the mask or whatever. You know, you can just sort of.
Rudy Giuliani.
Whoa. Red herring.
You're talking about the Masked Singer, right?
Oh. God, no.
Your favorite show. Ian won't admit it on the show, but he always talks about the show all the time. It's his favorite thing.
Have you ever seen any
Loves the Masked Singer. I've never seen a moment of it. I've been in the room as it's come on, and like we haven't found the remote yet to like switch it to the next channel, but it is by far, like, I'm not trying to, like, no disrespect to anybody who likes the Masked Singer, but that show is like a dumb show made for dumb people. Like, I don't know how else to. Like, I saw a few minutes, and I guess, you know, you're supposed to, there's like a mystery of who's underneath the masks or something like that, and I don't know the format of the show. But have you ever seen more than like a few seconds? Like, do you know, like you just said you don't know the format of the show, so I guess
no.
That was gonna be my question.
So the window that I got into the Masked Singer is like, they're like, and now for like us to reveal the new singer of the week, the new costumer, or whoever the fuck, and then it just like goes into this like little PowerPoint presentation, and there's an annoying like chipmunk voice to like disguise whoever it is that's talking, and they're like giving a presentation about who their character is, going like, oh my god, I was a moon baby, and then the moon disappeared, and I was sad, I cry so hard, and then like between every half of a sentence they'll like cut to the judges, who I guess are trying to predict the identities of these people. And so the singer's like, one day my moon went away and I was so sad. And then it cuts to one of the judges, and the judges are like, oh, they were sad. Maybe like that song where they're sad in it. And then it cuts back to the PowerPoint, and it's just that for like the minute that I
Sounds
saw.
so stupid.
It was just annoying. It was annoying. Yeah, it was terrible. They just kept. Yeah, it would just. They would say something, and then it'd cut to a judge going, "Oh my God, they said that thing," and then it cut. And then I just couldn't do it. It did that for about a minute, and then I left. I was already trying to change the channel, but it was awful.
Sounds like a bad time.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
The chipmunk voice was enough to make me say, no thanks. I'm down.
I have to run real quick, but I'll be right back. So you can grab.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm so sorry. I have to go watch The Masked Singer.
That's what he's doing. He's gonna go find out who it is, which terrible politician is in the next costume.
Hello, my name is Benito Mussolini, and I'm the next Masked Singer. Maybe you can tell, but my voice is
that's what it becomes eventually. My brain disintegrated. Again, no disrespect to anybody who's ever watched The Masked Singer. If that's your bag, go for it. I couldn't. I could not. I could not. By the way, my apologies once again. The internet has been terrible, and I haven't had the opportunity to have somebody come over to fix it. Because we already did have him send somebody over to fix it, and it's still a problem. So, you know, that's sort of what we're dealing with here. So if the internet is a little janky, or we disappear for a couple seconds at a time, or if things sort of, you know, like what's happening right now, I think is apparently a dip in the internet. So if you're experiencing that, it's not your fault. It is entirely happening on my end. I mean, there could be probably something going on your end too, for all I know. But for the most part, any sort of dips in the internet you can just chalk up to my connection for the time being. So I'm still working on that. Says we're losing about 10% of frames, so that's a really fun number. That's if you ever are missing something, a decimation is a good literal word that you can use to describe what my internet is doing to our frames. And that's really cool. I love that shit. My internet is so bad, it literally decimates my frames. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, the puppet with the costume. That man really pigeonholed himself. No, I think he's fine. Yeah. What a unfuckable career, though. You know, there's a lot of careers where if somebody were to know who you are, they'd be like, "Oh hell yeah, you're Dave Mirra." Like, yeah, I want to see you do some bike tricks, and then you can rock me, like rock my world for the night. But you get Jeff Dunham, and it's just like, oh, can Peanut watch? I mean, that's all you're getting, and then like those are the people who you're sort of I almost have to assume you, like, if you want to make a career out of being a ventriloquist, you got to get something out of the puppetry, right? Like, I mean, how else does the monkey's hair stay up straight on its head, you know? Got a little bit of product in that hair. The Peanut, like the purple monkey character. I don't know if it's a monkey. I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be, but We are. We did yuck a few yums tonight, didn't we? I mean, we didn't like legitimately yuck 24. Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I don't like the minute of Masked Singer that I saw. I can't actually say, hey, that Masked Singer show is terrible. You know, I can't accurately say that because I've only seen a minute before I wanted to run away, so. It's definitely a show made to appeal to people. That's the end of the sentence. No. No, they don't. They don't like Chelsea. That's unfortunate. I don't think my parents are very into. I don't think my parents are very into comedy, like not like stand-up comedy, at least, you know. I don't think that that's sort of something that they're very interested in because I've tried to sort of. I mean, they haven't been opposed to stand-up comedy, but if I were to like ask them to pick a favorite, I don't think they could name somebody. At least from like before a certain age, like, you know, before George Carlin was big. I don't think they could name somebody. I don't think they would say George Carlin either, but like, you know, if I were to say like, hey, mom, dad, who's your favorite comedian? They wouldn't be like, oh, I love that Patton Oswalt or somebody, you know. They would just kind of, and I don't think they particularly care for yeah, I don't think they particularly care for Patton Oswalt's brand of humor either. We've tried showing them a few of his discs, and they were like, no, thank you. He talks about Avril Lavigne's period blood way too much for my taste. Oh my god, why did Discord mute you? I don't even have a keyboard shortcut.
Oh man.
I mean, you weren't muted for the whole time.
We're finally even.
I guess so. You weren't muted for this whole time. You've been muted for at least since you were gone. Because I did check. I did go to cough, and I checked the levels when I went to cough while you were away.
Okay. No big deal.
And I don't
She
understand.
happens.
So my fucking keyboard shortcuts don't work, but apparently you get muted randomly. I don't know. Why not?
Probably for the best.
Why not have random things happen? Of course. That's why I love computers.
Lotus Clock says, I missed the start of the show and I'm in deep shame. What was your commercial? Lotus Clock, what were we sponsored by this time? And also, welcome.
What were the 8 commercials you got before you were allowed to watch this live event? We should talk a little bit about the Twitch YouTube controversy that's going. I mean, there's like a bunch of controversy that's going on, but in terms of Twitch just absolutely deciding to lose the streaming race.
For the big streamers, right?
For the big streamers, but
basically
like
it doesn't affect little guys like us.
No, but it also, Twitch does intend to start running more ads. I mean, they think they've made that much clear.
Right.
So
I'm not saying I don't care about it. I was just saying, like, the things that have changed so far affects basically like big streamers, right?
it does,
So
but it does signal that Twitch is going to want
Yeah.
everyone to
It's a precedent.
run more ads. For instance, I mean, I have seen like a couple of folks. There's an option in your, like, if you're an affiliate on your Twitch, where it's like, run ads every so often. And I know a couple of folks who have turned that option on, and I tried watching their streams, and I couldn't, because I would watch for about
Yeah.
10 minutes, and then I'd get 3 minutes of ads, and I just made me leave. Like, I would type something, and then they'd say, well, Topcat, you see, the thing is, ad break for 5 minutes, and I'd
Yeah.
miss whatever was said to me because it's a terrible idea to put mid-roll
It'd be one thing if
ads.
it would like pause the stream, like all right, we're gonna run ads, and then you run like a be right back screen until it's over. But like, yeah, to just keep going on, you miss part of the show.
Just be like, and I think they've toned it down a little bit because I have checked in on some of those same streams and I've hit less density of ads, or maybe somebody complained, so they did something about it. But yeah, it's Twitch is making a bunch of terrible decisions and sort of saying it's okay though, we're gonna run more ads, and that's supposed to be better.
How do you solve too many ads? More ads.
Exactly. How do you solve a competitor seriously vying for your position as the top streaming website? You give your top creators less incentive to stick around. That makes sense.
Call their bluff.
Yeah.
What do they call yours?
You think you're a big famous internet person? You think you can be you think you could be anything without Twitch?
We don't need you. We don't need any of it.
That's right. But yeah, Twitch just making a bunch of bad decisions, and I'm definitely looking into like if it's a better idea to stream to YouTube directly just instead of Twitch. I mean, I'm not sure what website is better for discoverability. I'm not sure either is particularly good. I don't know how people get discovered on the internet. I don't know.
By accident, maybe?
I guess so, yeah.
Lotus Clock says, I actually didn't commercial this time. So there you go. Wow.
Alrighty.
They're easing back. J Marshall CA says, doing a space. Yeah, we're doing a space, Drawn.
Doing a space drawn because they just Armageddon to that asteroid out there in space.
Did you hear if it worked or not? Or they don't know?
They don't know yet. They gotta sort of monitor the. They gotta sort of monitor this
I wasn't
big
sure
rock.
if they'd be able to tell if it slows down at all. You feel like that would be pretty like sudden that you'd be able to tell. But I don't know.
I don't think they're
I'm not
gonna.
a guy who shoots things at asteroids.
I don't think they're gonna hit an asteroid with a man-made like object hard enough to make it like suddenly slow down like you hit a brake on it or something like that. I have to assume they're trying to alter the trajectory of like the asteroid's rotation, and so it's sort of like the type of thing where we're gonna have to sort of study it probably for a few days or however long it takes for them to get a sense of the rotation. But I mean, look, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a NASA guy. I'm not gonna pretend like I know.
Wait. You're not Ian NASA.
It's right.
You're Ian Newton.
I'm not that lady with all those notebooks stacked up on themselves. You know what I mean? What's her name? Martha Hamilton or something like that? I ain't her.
Yeah. Lotus Clock says Brandon's beard looks particularly fluffy tonight, and I want to stick flowers in it. Yeah, come on, bring it. I feel like that'd be a good look for me.
Go for
I
it.
just took a shower right before the show, so I'm fluffed up.
You did you put like product in that beard at all?
I usually always do, or else it gets all like. I put like an oil in it because it gets like really like wiry and like scratchy. Otherwise, I don't know.
All right then.
That's what I do.
Her name was Margaret Hamilton. I did a quick Google search while you were talking about your beard.
I mean, you asked.
I did.
Fine.
I was just saying that's when I did the Google, in case people were wondering. But did you ever see that picture of Margaret Hamilton? She's got all the code that she had to write to get the scientists on the moon.
I don't think so.
Here, just real quick. There you go.
Whoa.
That's all the code she had to write by hand in the 1960s, and like data and algorithms and such to get people on the moon.
And it worked.
She did, yeah, she did it.
Those suckers were skipping and jumping across the surface of the goddamn moon.
Those goofy dumbasses were just all like, yippity-doo!
That reminds me, tonight, Jupiter is supposed to be the closest to the Earth it will be in, like, long-ass time, and opposition of the sun, so it's supposed to be super bright, and, like, if you have binoculars, you can see the moons, and you can see you should be able to see, like, some of the stripes on it and stuff.
Oh, very fun.
So go take a look at Jupiter, you know, but not till after our show is over.
Yeah, don't look at that fucking Jupiter until we're done.
It'll still be there.
Yeah, it's a
It's
big
not
ass
going
rock.
nowhere.
It's actually not a rock. It's a big ass ball of gas.
I have a hard time. I'm sure this is a very simple answer, but I guess in space it's like gravity and shit, but how does gas form like a little perfect planet-sized
The answer is
and also
gravity.
have enough gravity? Right. But like there's all sorts of gases out in space. Like you look at like most gases turn into like a star or something. Why is this one a planet? Is it different types of materials?
I think it does have
You see
to do
like a
with, like, the
nebula, and that's just
density.
like that's like gases all over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of times it comes together, creates a star. But then we got Jupiter. That's just like, oh no, I'm not a star. I'm a planet, but I'm gas. I'm just gas.
I think it has to do with the density of the gases and sort
Did you
of.
fly through Jupiter?
Probably not. I think you
You
get
die,
shredded
sure.
up. You get shredded up by its diamond rain, I think, before you'd ever make it through Jupiter.
Okay, fair enough. And I know you couldn't fly through Jupiter, but you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like it's not solid? It's like
No, it is
No
not solid. I think you
surface.
could, if you were to not get like shredded apart by any sort of particulate in its atmosphere or anything like that. I have to imagine you could fly through Jupiter. If you didn't have to worry about like your spaceship just getting completely rocked by like
yeah,
storms.
you don't have to
and-
worry about like actual science and how things work. You get my question. I'm not asking if someone could physically fly through Jupiter. I'm asking if
Yeah.
it's like solid or not.
I think once you hit the center of Jupiter, the gravity would be so dense that you wouldn't be able to
You get
fly
smashed.
out the other side. You would just be stuck in there, kind of like a black hole, but not quite.
You get crumpled up because Jupiter's big.
Yeah, probably all that pressure. Sort of like, getting further and further inside the Earth's core, you get a little bit more pressurized. Big old pressure cooker. But the real question is, who farted Jupiter? You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah, like, God farted the shit out of that Jupiter, dude.
And then there's just been like an eternal hurricane on Jupiter.
Yeah.
So that was a hell of a fart.
He had just had a bunch of those spicy hot Takis.
God's like, no, it wasn't me.
It was the dog. It was the space dog.
And that's when he invented the dog.
That's right, so he could blame it
To
on
cover up his Jupiter shark.
it. Blame the dog to a new extreme. God invents dogs to blame it on. Where were you when God farted out Jupiter? Where were you when God made it squeak?
I don't know how to. I don't know how to draw like the metals. Like.
I
guess
me
it's
neither.
like a
That's
shoulder
why
patch or something like that.
That's why I gave up. I was gonna like draw something in the square too, but I was like, I could Google this, but I don't fucking know what would be the appropriate metal to even
In
like.
the
I
military,
guess
they were just like, let's make generals like you keep getting more metals, but they just connect like Legos until there's just like a big square of colors. That's my understanding. As someone who's only watched movies and never been in the military.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They I mean, if you were to ask me like, is a private higher rank than a I mean, I think privates are like the lowest rank. If you were to ask me like, is like a general Is a commander
Privates,
higher?
they don't disclose their rank because it's a secret. It's private.
They're too private.
Don't ask them. Don't even ask them about it. Just don't ask. Hey, what's your rank? It's private. Leave me alone.
If you were to ask me, like, is a lieutenant more or less than a commander, I couldn't tell you.
I think it's less than.
I assume. I think commander is like the highest below general, maybe, because in StarCraft, whenever you're giving orders, the units all call you commander. So I'm like, must be a pretty big
Commanders
deal.
are up there. Commanders are way up there, dude. Bro, you talking about commanders?
Must be a pretty big deal if this Terran dropship keeps calling me commander.
Jay Marshall says, this angle reminds me of that old Blaster Master computer game where you shoot garbage with lasers.
Are you talking about Math Blaster? Because,
I played Math Blaster.
I played Math Blaster in my day. I have to, Math Blaster was a fun game, but it lasted all of, like, 30 minutes, if even. And, like, as a kid,
Right.
you'd finish it, and you'd be like, okay, so, like, that it? Is that the whole thing?
I mean, that's how math is in real life, You can just keep repeating math, but it's the same math forever.
Same math, you're gonna get the same numbers.
I have played Math Blaster a few times in my day, but I would say math has blasted me more than I have blasted it.
Math blasted you right in the ass.
Sure did.
Yeah, I mean, math never tanked my grade, but I also never was like, I finished a math class and then I said, boy, I can't wait to go to geometry 2 or whatever, I did the math that was required of me, and then I did it, and I did well enough, and then I never overexerted myself on it, because I thought, this is good enough. I know how to multiply, I know how to divide. I know fractions.
Soon we will all carry phones in our pockets.
Yeah, I'm
Solve
hearing
these
about this new
problems.
iPhone thing. Everyone seems really hot about it. If only people could stop dropping it, I could look at a not broken iPhone.
Does anybody out there not have a broken iPhone?
Hey, does anybody have an
Love to see
iPhone that functions? No, you all dropped it like the 2 days after you got it. Okay, we're all gonna have to learn how to hold on to our phones.
I would think they'd be making the screen stronger like with each iteration, but everybody's just still has like fully cracked phones every time.
Oh yeah, my phone's got a big ol' crack right across the screen. I got this thing in December.
How'd you crack yours?
It fell out of my pocket about 3 inches.
Did it land on cement?
It landed on cement.
Face
and then
down?
it got
Did it hit an
worse
edge?
from there. It landed face down. It landed mostly on grass, and then it landed like the very corner landed on cement, and that was it.
Okay.
And it just sort of grew from there slowly over the course of 4 months.
Sorry about your loss.
What can I say? Now I'm part of the. Now I'm part of everybody else. You're not really a phone haver until your phone screen makes you bleed as you swipe up and down it.
I've seen people that their phone is so broken they have like tape on it so that they can use it, and it's like a real mess.
Yeah. I've had a phone broken
I've only
before.
broken one phone. I've only broken one phone over the years.
How did that
Like
situation
cracked
play
one.
out?
So let me set the scene.
Oh boy.
I had the Note 7. I feel like I should tell the whole story because there's a bit of like a serendipity to it and like silver linings. I had this Note 7 is what it was called, and it was a great phone, except for one flaw. They would explode into flames. The batteries would explode, and it only happened like a few times, but it happened enough times that it's a problem,
They had to like send out a recall notice.
Yes. So they're like, all right, recall these suckers. They're exploding. You couldn't take them on a plane if you had one, all that stuff. They sent out the recall, got a new phone. Still like one of the best phones I've ever had, at least for within context of what else was out. And the new ones started blowing up again. And Samsung's like, fuck, scrap it. So everybody who had one, they were like, all right, come back, turn it in, we'll give you a different phone. But like this was the best like option out there, so it was a downgrade no matter what. Come get a different phone, we'll give you the other one, like a different one. And I'm like, oh, but I don't want to. I like my phone, even though it might blow up and like scald me, or you know,
disfigure your leg area.
Disfigure my leg, yeah. So they kept being like, all right, come on, turn it in. And I kept putting it off because I liked the phone a lot. And eventually it was getting to the point where they were about to brick them. They were about to put out an update so that it would just like kill them and you'd have to go swap them out. But it was Halloween. I was out. I had too much to drink and I dropped my phone on the cement, like smack, like face first, and it just like obliterated it. It was the most broken phone I've ever seen. I couldn't use it after that. I couldn't even like factory wipe it or do anything. It was a paperweight, if anything else. So then I went to the Verizon place finally the next day, and I'm like, here, I'm trading in for my recall. And I just put this like completely like demolished phone with like glass falling out of the screen. And he's like, oh, Jesus. Okay, did you like wipe your stuff off? And I'm like, no, it's completely broken. It doesn't do anything. And he's like, oh, okay, here's your new phone. And I'm like, thanks.
Thanks. Have fun throwing this in the trash.
Yeah, it kind of worked out because I didn't have to pay a cent. And
well, that's
totally
lovely.
Been bummed out if I demolished it, but it was like it exploded on the ground, and I was just kind of like, oh well. Like, the only time in my life that I'll probably be like that chill about breaking this expensive item.
Yeah, it's quite a sad moment when you do shatter that screen. It's like yeah. It's sort of it's like a mixture of that feeling of, well, it had to happen at some point, mixed with you thought you were so invincible and now you're not.
It's unfair. They make the phones look so cool without any case on them.
They do. I mean, I love my case.
All modern cell phones look cool as hell without their case. They're like all like glass and colors and all this stuff.
Yeah, they have like fancy colors you can have that you eventually put a big case over.
You have to put like a plastic like crock looking case on it, and then you never get to see it again. Every once in a while you clean it and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot this phone looked cool. Oh well. Oh yeah,
I got the rose gold. Oh well, back into the neon blue anime titty that I have you in.
You can only leave it open if you're like some weird celebrity who can just like buy a new phone every week.
Yeah, it's like that photo of Brad Pitt walking around with just like the fucking laptop in his palm, like no case, no nothing, and people were just like, see, this is the kind of fear you have about your personal electronics when you're rich as shit. You just carry your laptop without a case.
Yeah. Do people have cases for their laptops? Oh, I see what you're saying. I get what you mean. When you're not using it. Yeah, that
little Ziploc bag that looks like it doesn't do a damn thing.
I was picturing like how we're talking about a phone case, like something that's like wrapped around your computer while it's in use.
Oh yeah, like how you wrap the couches in plastic, but for your phone.
That's kind of what I was picturing. I'm like, do people do that?
They probably do. I'm sure there's a case that you can get for your laptops out there. Although it's harder for laptops because it would have to like conform to the very specific model of laptop.
That's true.
Or like, I guess maybe the screen dimension. I'm not sure how that would work out. I can see it being a very rough business to get into.
I see an untapped market. Let's do it.
Get your DrawBomb laptop cases today. Our cases only fit Apple iMac Pro 7s, Microsoft Surface Pro 8s, and that's it. That's the only laptops yet that we could get a case to fit for. We will let you know when we've tried out some more laptops on our cases and they fit. Oh, and if you want it to fit the
Kickstarter.
If you want it to fit the iMac, you gotta put some packing peanuts in there. Otherwise, it's gonna shake around a little too much. You don't want that.
Packing peanuts are not included.
Yeah, you gotta get them yourself. What a deal.
I mean, it's like a lot of phones ship without chargers now. It's like, what?
Yeah, my phone fucking came.
What the hell?
And it had a cord. When I got my phone, it came and it had a cord and it had a brick, but the cord does not plug into the brick in any fashion. It's like it's the lightning charger on the one end, and then it's a USB-C charge on the other, and then the fucking brick itself is just regular ass USB ports. So
How
it's
can
like
you freaking sell a phone that you can't even charge? Like you just assume everybody's had like 30 phones.
yeah, or you just assume that people are fed up with your bullshit and just buy knockoff chargers anyways.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It just seems there's a few countries that have been like not legal, and they shut that down. But
yeah,
I don't know why it's allowed anyway. It's weird.
Because fuck you. That's why.
Xenute says it's a one-time use phone. Yeah, you get it's like a burner, but it costs $1,000.
Yeah.
It's got the charge that it comes with at like goes to like 40%, and then after that you just gotta throw it away.
There's actually, I saw an app called Burner, like a commercial for it, where it's like you can make it like you give people a number and it spoofs like a fake number for you, so that you can just give your number out and like not have to worry about like people being like, hey, this isn't your real number. Or and I saw that commercial and I was just like, hey, that's fucking smart. Finally,
Right.
good app.
It's good app. Give it the review. Good app.
Now they just need one for fake Instagram profiles. So that when people are like, hey, can I get your Instagram? You can say, haha, okay, here you go.
You should just make one fake thing of all your social media.
That's true, yeah.
It's exhausting, but you know.
A bunch of fake social media accounts to give out to people who I don't want to let know I think are too creepy to follow me on social media.
My Twitter is @IanBobian.
Yeah.
And you go to it and it's just like one tweet like,
this is Ian.
this is Ian's real Twitter account.
See, you can tell it's my real Twitter account because I've posted it.
I don't use this that much, but follow me.
Yeah, so it's called IEAS69. That's my account name. It's underscore between eat and ass.
And the S's are dollar signs, so.
Oh yeah, it's IE $$. And the 69 there's the 69 there's asterisks between the 6 and the 9.
I mostly just post Rule 34 stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly just anime waifus. Yeah. Let me follow you back. I'll tag you in all my photos.
Have you ever had people on social media that do that? Where
Like
they
tag
want
you in
your
random
attention, so they just tag you and like 50 people in every post.
When you say have you ever had people, I can't say yes to that, but if you were to say have you ever had bots do that, then I can say yes to that.
Oh, I've
definitely
had people do it.
I've had fucking bots tag me and be like, hey, check out this sweet vacuum cleaner. It's like,
Whoa, that looks nice. Anyway, see ya.
Okay, bye.
I've had people that are just like, they tag like 100 people because they want them to like see whatever they made, and it's like, look, I know the algorithm's broken, but
Yeah.
This is not the way, my dude.
Hey Brandon, can you do me a favor real quick? I'm gonna try something. Try setting your chaps 3 layer to normal.
Okay.
There we go. Much better.
Sometimes I use multiply, but that was just saved from previous.
Yeah. I just I didn't want to have to fucking like erase behind the word DrawBomb, so
No, I don't want you to have to do such things either.
thank you. Boy, oh boy. That new Scorn gameplay trailer dropped. Are you excited for Scorn?
What's Scorn?
It's that like H.R. Geiger inspired first person puzzle horror game. I don't know what kind of game it's gonna
Does
be.
it look cool? You excited about Scorn?
Oh, I didn't watch it. I'm gonna just play it when it comes on Game Pass. So I just
Oh, okay. You were asking me, that's why I assumed.
I was just
I
wondering
feel like I was trapped.
if you'd seen it.
I have not seen it.
Okay then.
But that could be cool.
Yeah, I figure you've
Maybe
heard
I
of the
should
game.
go see it. I might have. I could see myself being bad at remembering names, but let's see here. Scorn.
It's the
It's
album.
Scorn.
The cover looks like a Nine Inch Nails album cover.
Yep.
And the game is very Geiger inspired.
Yes, I've definitely seen the art on like the Steam homepage, but I don't think I've actually watched anything of it.
They like a couple days ago they dropped a 30-minute just gameplay trailer. I watched about 5 seconds of it, and it was just a guy staring at a wall to show off like the sweet environmental storytelling, and I was like, cool, good enough. I'm still gonna play it, so I'm not gonna watch this because I don't want to spoil it.
It's a FUPUS.
It's a FUPUS, yeah.
Okay.
If it's a FIPS. Good old FIPS.
Let's see what Scorn has going on. Let me take a quick little peek here. Lots of ridges in this Geiger world. Lots of everything has ridges on it.
Lots of ridges, a lot of shit that looks like Jude Law's gun from Existence.
Everything looks like it's made out of bones and rib cages.
Yeah, that's
Metal.
the game. That's the whole game, it looks like. So if you've ever
Everything
wanted to
looks
walk
like,
down Bone Hallway, this is the game for you.
Oh, I've walked down Bone Hallway a few times, if you know what I'm saying.
This is Bone Hallway, this is Ribcage Room. Boy, we got it all.
Everything looks like a beetle, mixed with a rib cage.
Have you ever seen
and everything's the same color. It's all gray, like metallic.
Have you ever seen a
stone,
spaceship and thought, this needs 50% more FEMA?
H.R. Geiger did.
That's right. Have you ever looked at a spaceship and thought, man, wish I could combine this with an X-ray?
Yeah, I've thought
Scorn.
that probably once or twice.
Scorn.
It's gone.
Oh god. I never have to hear
No
that
escape.
fucking sound clip in my life ever again. It'll be
What?
too
You don't
soon.
love it?
I
You
loved
don't love
it
it?
at first. Now,
I'm with you. I was like, haha, funny, and then it's like, oh god, kill me.
God, I forgot that the internet does this, where we take anything remotely enjoyable and just pulverize it.
With autotune, and it's always the same guys who do it. I like them, but
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah, they're fun.
they've done this to me like 10 times in my life where I'm like, hey, this is catchy, and then I'm like, oh god, kill me.
Yeah, I mean, I love what they do. I don't want them to stop, but at the same time, they are the reason that so many memes have become absolutely just grating to the ears, is because their amazing remixes just cast a wider net, and then my ears get caught in that fucking net. And now I have to hear corn. I know I wanted to hear corn, but not like this.
This corn is a lot more wholesome than I remember.
Man, this kid's a real freak on a leash.
Mbappa de bappa dibba. Am I right?
Something takes a part of me. I do like saying I like singing that song "Freak on a Leash" like Richard Cheese. I'll just be like,
surprised he never did that one.
me too. But maybe he did for all we know. Do you know Richard Cheese's full catalog?
Verbatim.
You do.
No,
Okay,
I don't.
Start from the top.
All right. Richard Cheese. The first song is Richard Cheese intro track.
You're right.
Follow.
I believe you.
Really took the heat off me there. That was good.
Something takes a part of me.
So I have a question. Have you seen? It was like maybe 5 years ago, probably longer than that now. Maybe closer to like 8 years ago. There was a Funny or Die sketch that was basically a dark, kind of gritty, like what do you call the music? The movie's about like music stars,
Biopics?
like a biopic about Weird Al, but it was Aaron Paul.
Oh, and now they're
From
doing
Breaking
the
Bad.
Daniel Craig, or not Daniel
Yeah,
Craig, the
well, yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe one.
It's the same
In real life?
director who made the short, but now he got like a full movie.
Oh my god.
I think it's like the same, like a lot of the same jokes. Like it's just like he got a full version of it. But I just thought that was interesting. I don't know if it's any good, but
So I wasn't
Kinda
sure
funny.
if it was meant to be taken seriously as like a movie.
I wasn't either.
Or not.
But then I saw the trailer and there's like 3 of the same jokes from the sketch, and I'm like, okay, so this is just like you've got to flesh out this idea more with more money.
I wasn't sure if I wasn't aware of that. Like I thought of the Funny or Die sketch. Not like because I couldn't think of anything specific, but it just seemed to me like, oh my god, the Funny or Die sketch was too prescient. But I didn't know that it was made by the same person. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, I don't know why I did this deep dive to find all this stuff out.
Well,
Just-
someone has to.
Thank God.
Otherwise, we could be
but,
going into this Weird Al movie thinking it's going to be completely serious, and then we'll be fools.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if it would be any good. But I think that I've only seen the original sketch, and I always thought that was kind of funny. Clever.
Knowing what, see, thinking it was just going to be a standard, serious Weird Al biopic, I was thinking maybe it'll be funny, haha, bad. But knowing that it's sort of an intentional like joke, or it's at least it's based on that joke, or I guess it's a big joke. I don't know. But
Yeah,
knowing,
it's not realistic. I think at one point he's dating Madonna in it. Like it's not something that actually happened.
And I think knowing that makes the movie a little bit less embarrassing about that it exists, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's the type of joke that's gonna like work for 90 full minutes. Like it's got to be
Right.
doing some like walk hard shit. It's got to somehow be. It's gonna compete against Walk Hard, which I think is the greatest biopic. Like that.
Yeah, you
Walk,
don't really need to make a biopic anymore after that exists.
Yeah, that movie
like
should
a
have ended
biopic's, like,
the genre.
parody.
That movie was good enough to end the genre, in my opinion.
At least the parodies. You know, I mean, biopics are always going to be a thing, but
Yeah, no, but like, Walk Hard. I mean, it's never the case, but Walk Hard was such a
calling out
perfect
the
takedown
tropes.
of the biopic genre that I feel like to make a biopic that does any of the tropes that Walk Hard did, you know, anytime after Walk Hard finally came out, it just is gonna like it should, and in my opinion has delegitimized like any biopic I've seen. Like
it hasn't stopped them. They're still
No.
making those biopics.
the with the exact same trope. Like I remember I was watching. I didn't watch the full movie, but I watched part of. I think it's called Get On Up, which is the Chadwick Boseman James Brown biopic movie. And nothing against Chadwick Boseman, who I'm sure did an amazing job, and people seem to like that movie. But I watched exactly one scene from Get On Up, the James Brown biopic, and it was the scene from fucking Walk Hard, almost like verbatim, where He goes to a place. They have a band. He's like, boy, I sure would like to be part of that band. And then the lead singer can't make it the one day, so he takes over, and then he gets the job working, and then like replaces the lead. Like that fucking exact scene happens in Get On Up, and that movie came out, I want to say 4 years after Walk Hard came out. Like, my guys, they've made fun of this.
Dumb thing about biopics, I feel like that they all do, is they all make it seem like these people are geniuses. It's effortless for them, and it's like, if I'm watching this, it's because I want to see, like, tell me about their struggle, like tell me about like how hard it was for them to get to being the best or whatever. Like, but they're always like legit. There's like a scene in like that Bohemian. I love Queen, and that Bohemian Rhapsody movie won awards, but I thought it was
it looked like garbage.
It won awards, but I was like, oh my god! Like,
I think the Academy just awards.
Cringy.
I think the Academy gives awards to movies that have a lot of money behind them, because the Academy.
It's all marketing. The whole point of the award show is marketing to get people to go watch the movies. Yeah,
it's marketing. You make movies to win the awards, and then you pay the Academy members enough money, or you make a movie that's as milquetoast as possible to appeal to them. It's like
there's legit a scene in it where like Freddie Mercury comes into like band practice like hungover, and then they're like, "You're late," and he's like, what is it? Whatever. And then he's like, he's all hungover, and he's like, I have an idea for a new song. And then he just starts like playing like Another One Bites the Dust, and they all just play along. And I'm like, that seems like a disservice to the musician. Like, they're probably like, no, we fucking like honed that in for like months to get it perfect. Like, don't make it seem like it was easy.
As an artist, it offends me when those scenes fucking happen, because it's so annoying. It's a funny trope. I can't help but laugh out loud when the trope happens, but it's at the same time I get angry when it shows like, it's like, oh, here's Bill Watterson as he works on Calvin and Hobbes, and then he'll be sitting there, and then he'll say like, well, you know, I'm having a hard time building this snowman, or like somebody else will say that in the same room that Bill Watterson is, and then it'll like, snowman, and then that's how it started.
He's watching a nature documentary about like tigers, and then all of a sudden like goes to a commercial about a sled, and he's just like, I gotta go write 300 pages of Calvin and Hobbes.
I'm gonna end the comic on sledding. So it just, because the real
don't downplay the work that goes into this shit,
or don't downplay the luck that goes into it. Like, so many scenes in, like, if biopics were more realistic, there are so many scenes that would play out just like, hey dude, you remember that song we released 8 months ago? It's like, yeah, the one that no one gave a shit about. It's like, yeah, well, it's on VH1 right now. What? And then that's when they blow up. Like, there's no movie that has that scene, because that's first of all, probably not even realistic either. I'm sure like the actual sequence of events is like, our PR guy finally put the right calls in or something. I don't know. If we knew, we'd have more than like 4 people ever watching our show. But
that's true.
Point is, it ain't how it fucking works in like the movies where you're just like, oh whoa, I got a brilliant idea. I know it's brilliant. We're gonna hammer it out in a day, and it's gonna make us famous tomorrow. Like, that's not how that shit. But the movies make it feel like that. And I hate that. I hate it.
But it's like, I feel like the movies, even like in like a sci-fi or like fantasy world, like some sort of like relatability is like what makes a movie good. So when you show like these artists just being like instantly like nailing it, it's like it takes all the relatability out of the movie and makes it just this weird like masturbatory like thing about the artist.
Because that's also what we needed, is these movies and these like world-renowned famous artists to just have even more like masturbatory material about them, you know, instead of something that really humanizes them or makes their struggles comparable to ours, or just really places us into their shoes, even at like the beginning of their struggle. None of that. Give me a bunch of bronzed gods making fucking hits while they're hungover and experiencing absolutely no struggles until like an appropriate plot point. I don't know. It's all.
By the way, do you want to guess how Remy, whatever his name is, who plays
Malek?
Freddie Mercury, becomes part of the band in the beginning?
I'm assuming he
throw out a little
shows up.
guess.
I'm assuming that they're already an established band. They're trying to like hold tryouts, or they're like practicing, and then Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury walks in and says, "Pretty cool sound, but what if you needed some of this?" That's my guess.
It's pretty close, but it's more like the Walk Hard James Brown one, where he's just like, the lead singer's like,
Oh my god.
"I'm out of here," and then he's like, "I could be your lead singer," and they're like, "You?" And then he's like, "Ha!" And then yeah. Basically.
So like I was pretty damn close. I mean,
yeah.
I really don't like. I understand that Walk Hard's a comedy, so no one takes it seriously. But I feel like people who make movies should pay attention to when what they've done is just fucking laughable, because
when the tropes get called out, pay attention to that.
Yeah.
'Cause you're looking. It's embarrassing for you if you keep making the same mistake even after everybody like pointed at it, and it's like, here it is.
Like at least
This is a dumb thing.
At least like horror movies sort of started to adapt after the Scream movies came out, and were just like, hey, there's all this shit y'all are doing. Like the horror movies changed
Right.
a little bit, but not. I mean, I think what it is indicative of like these billion-dollar industries and their unwillingness to ever modify their trajectory at all for the sake of.
When it comes to biopics, there has to be a lot of hands on the project too, like the people who own the like music, the record like label, all those people
The
probably
estate.
have a ton of money involved.
The estate of like
And
the
a ton,
people
they probably have
involved.
say in it.
Yeah. I mean the John Gotti biopic with the Pitbull soundtrack. I mean the Gotti family was involved directly in that, so obviously they have
That's
to make
dumb as shit.
John Gotti. Yeah, having the family involved is a terrible. I mean that's just dumb. I mean obviously you got to do it to. I don't know if you have to have the family involved in order to make the project.
Not when you're making a crime movie.
Yeah, it seems.
If it's a licensing thing, like they're selling like, basically it's a product at this point, especially after. I mean, it's kind of a bummer as it is. Since the person's dead, they're literally like merchandise at this point, like their memory,
Yeah, basically.
Like that's a different thing. John Gotti is not an entity that's selling merch. He's like
a murderer.
True crime story. Like, who cares about his family?
Yeah. It's all fucking stupid.
Crazy Kyle's here, by the way. Welcome,
Yeah.
Kyle. Kyle said, just subscribed for 26 months. Oh my god. Wow.
Josh.
That's so many months. I can't even remember 26 months ago.
And Kyle says that's not how it works. When he posted that, we were having the conversation. We had just said like you don't walk into the studio and record Bohemian Rhapsody in like 30 minutes. So that's what he was referring to in his question of that's not how this works. But thank you for the 26 months, Kyle. Holy shit.
Appreciate you.
A lot of months. That's a lot of months. Thank you. And Kyle also says this is a hilariously brilliant drawing, which I think means Kyle knows about the asteroid Armageddon NASA mission. And you know what? I think we have finished this drawing.
I think it's over. I think the drawing is over. Cool.
Drawing is
like it.
over.
We'll never draw again.
I just thought of that meme where it's like friendship with so and so is over. Now celebrating new friendship with so. You remember that one?
I don't know if I know that one.
All right, give me 1 sec. It's a meme that was on the internet. Yeah, I found it. I don't know what the context behind this is, but this is oh shit, hold on. This is a meme that was going around on the internet for a while.
Friendship ended with Mudasir. Now Salman is my best friend.
It's such high school drama.
Like having to announce it with
And
graphics
like
that you created.
Yeah, with the gradients on the text.
It's great.
Kyle asks, do you save these drawings? We do, and we actually do generally put them on the Discord. I will put, I gotta create an updated, we need to create a website, honestly, to put a lot of these drawings.
I know, and I gotta update the other social media.
Yeah. We got a few things we've been kicking around. A website for hosting the drawings, some social media presence, maybe streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch if Twitch goes like the way of the dinosaur, like they seem so intent on doing. I don't know.
In the meantime, it's not updated yet, but there are many of them posted on our Instagram, so that's a good place to. Yeah. And the Twitter. Twitter has a ton too. So
yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on the Twitter. I should actually like restart those Hall of Pencils and the title cards and just post every single one in the Discord. Why not?
Yeah. But yeah, so those are some options to see them. But the Discord has almost all of them too, actually.
Yeah. So Kyle says, "Word, I need to interact more with Discord." I humbly request all of you interact more with the YouTube page. Post, comments, and thumbs up all those videos that I've been posting. Every single one. Please.
I like them.
I need comments and I need likes in all of those videos so that YouTube is like, maybe I'll show them to people. But yeah. We'll be right back now that this drawing is done.
Take a quick little break.
Take a quick breather, go to the bathroom, do a little poop. I actually am not gonna poop. I'm gonna go get my water refilled. But in case someone has to poop,
no, when I left earlier, that's secretly what it was.
You were secretly taking a shit.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But I made it quick. I tried my best.
You sure did. You made it. I only had to talk about the Masked Singer by myself for like 2 minutes.
I pushed that meteor away.
You pushed it out of that colon of yours. Let's move on. Okay, be right back.
Yep, please.
Oh, and we're back. It's us again. We're here.
Oh boy.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh jeez.
Hi. Welcome back to DrawBomb. It's the show where we do what we've been doing for like the last hour and a half. We decided when we first started doing this show, back in the beginning, we had talked about things we could do to make it, a fun show. And so one of the ideas we had was just making a large drawing that we would add a bunch of shit to over time, and it would become like this whole thing. And we figured, why not just do that? So here we are.
Doing that.
We're making, I don't want to call it a Where's Waldo-esque type drawing or like a Hieronymus Bosch type landscape. What is, like, is there a formal term for a Where's Waldo?
Very busy image.
Yeah, there's gotta be, and like the point of the image is that there's all these fun littler images inside of it. There's gotta be a name for that type of sort of thing, right? Like there's a million, like even classical artists have done paintings like that, like the ceiling of the, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name of it right now. The Sistine Chapel. That one is
done by everyone's favorite party dude, Michelangelo.
Oh, I was gonna say Frank Miller. Actually, hold on. Let's go to Doll E real quick. By the way, this is the ground. This is like a big moat.
Okay.
Is what I'm drawing here.
Okay.
The castle's gonna go inside this moat, but I didn't,
It's hard to start one of these things. I'm totally down. I love the idea.
Right.
But I'm trying to think where do we begin?
I think we should start off by building the space that everything's going to work within, with the understanding that the more stuff we put in, like building-wise, is the less people we have to draw, and that is both as a positive and a negative.
I'm okay with drawing like 1,000 people in this if they're like, simple enough.
Yeah,
They're all
like
bomb people.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm just gonna real quick do the Sistine Chapel as drawn by Frank Miller.
You just have certain ideas where you're like, I gotta see this. Hold on.
Yeah, like I did the band Stained, but like in a stained glass window, so it's a stained glass window.
Saw that one. It was a good one.
Thank you. God damn it, this is just the actual Sistine Chapel. The painting in the Sistine Chapel.
Fight.
Oh no. Oh. Are you okay? Ian? Ian, talk to me. Ian? No! Ian, no! No! Oh, he's back. Okay. Hey, you got punched. You done got punched.
What happened? What?
You got punched.
Did I fall asleep again in the middle of the show?
Kind of, but not by choice. You got punched.
Oh.
Crazy Kyle says, that's for stained glass window.
I took his stained glass window.
Kyle, you can't be just punching us all willy-nilly. We have several concussions. Each one counts at this point. I think after like 4, it's like you're taking like chunks of brain away. I think. I don't know how it works.
When I think of the word concussion, I remember a man in a white jacket telling me it was number 7.
Was that the guy from the movie Drive?
7?
Crazy Kyle says, no, the more head injuries, the better. You would know, Kyle.
Yeah. Make us forget some of this stupid bullshit we decide to waste people's time stacking about. Like, oh, hey, let me name a bunch of Radiohead albums.
Not only that, but you cut a best of.
Yeah, because I really was just like looking for shit this week to make a highlight video about.
Oh, were we not that interesting last week?
No, I mean, no, we weren't. It wasn't great. It was sort of a sleeper of an episode, in my opinion. But also, I'm cutting highlight videos of it, and it's like me watching myself say shit. Like, oh, let me talk
Right,
to
and you don't like
about...
doing that.
Yeah, I hate myself. Like, seeing
why?
me talk is just
Man,
analyzing every social thing about socially interacting with me that like I find annoying and frustrating in myself.
What a hell you've put yourself in of choosing to try to be like, you know, I'm not saying we're like famous or anything, but you're choosing to try to be somewhat of like doing like a public project that involves just you speaking, and then you hate yourself. So like,
yeah,
it just feels like, I don't know, you're investing in a product you just don't believe in.
I'm excited for when we roll DrawBomb into other enterprises so we can cancel this show.
I'm excited for DrawBomb cereal and the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon is where I'm trying to get this at, is the DrawBomb cartoon.
Saturday morning.
That's right.
DrawBomb cartoon. Although bombs aren't really in right now.
I've made a layer, by the way, called the castle. This is where we're gonna actually draw the castle.
Okay, you're not. Are you seeing the whole canvas right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? Not on. I have to because we resized it. I do have to sort of resize it for the purposes of the. Sorry, thank you for saying that. I would have completely forgotten otherwise.
Well, I'm drawing a castle, but I can stop.
Well, no, but you're doing like a blueprint of it, you know?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
So when we're drawing like the actual for real castle.
Right. This isn't the Pharrell castle. This is the
That's
Big
right.
castle.
This is the, that's the castle. Oh boy, this is actually going to be hard for me to, see, how can I...
What?
I'm trying to get it to fit the window.
Oh, right.
Nicely.
It should be the same size.
Yeah, but the issue is, it used to be, well, no, because it's much larger. We scaled the original, like we have the original canvas that we normally draw on scaled so that if I go to normal size, that's the size that we need it at. Whereas for this one, I have to click fit to window, but there's no way to click fit to window without having the sidebar here, which makes the area that it's trying to fit it to include the side panel. So when I take away the side panel to try and get us just, you know what, this is fine. This will do.
Is there a
This is good.
For...
I tried looking for it, there is none, unfortunately, and I don't feel like I'm doing our user or our viewers a service if I try and start figuring out how to like make my own keyboard shortcuts right now. But this is fine. Where we've got it at right now is good. I've figured it out.
Also, if you have any pointers on my castle, I don't know how to draw a castle.
I don't know how to draw a damn castle either. I would say we should make sure we have a reference open.
Very basic. This is more of a fort than a castle. This is a square.
Also, the one issue with this project is because this is a sand castle, says Kyle.
That's what I was laughing at, and he's right.
He's right.
Damn it.
I will say this, because this is an ongoing this will be an ongoing project. We don't have a normal cutoff time like we normally do, so we have to set for ourselves a daily goal when we work on this, so that we kind of have a cutoff point, I think.
Okay.
And that cutoff point, I don't know it yet, but we should figure it out while we're working on this. Let's get back to work, but
okay.
I don't know.
This is the same castle.
This is the same castle. I'm gonna build some terrain around this in the meantime.
So I googled castle, and if this helps, Castle's an American crime mystery comedy dramas television series that aired on ABC for a total of 8
starring
seasons.
our boy Nathan Fillion.
So I don't know if that helps or.
In this situation, no, but I appreciate you trying.
Okay, thanks.
You're
Wow,
so
you're
welcome.
supportive.
Oh, that's me, you know.
We need some more like spires and towers up in this baby.
Look up some like Elden Ring ass castles, you know what I mean? Like a castle is just basically like the fancy village, but like inside the like the
It's
walls.
the village that the peasants get to look at, but they can't visit.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
They cannot visit. That's where the incest dragons get to live.
That's
Not
right.
them. Isn't Incest Dragons a band?
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. There's no correction. I think that's correct.
That checks out.
That's what the sound is akin to. Oh no, Zone Dog going. Mana 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 mana.
He subscribed for 15 months. Wow. Do we have good friends or what?
My gosh, our friends give us so much money. I feel like a leech.
I think it's a pity thing. They're worried about us.
They're like, they're still doing this 124 episodes later. Oh my god. He's
who's
cutting
the
a
real
video
loser?
every
Us?
night.
Us who are making them or them who are watching them? Us.
Yes. Because they can leave anytime.
True.
I mean, so can we, technically, but, you know, we're sort of given obligation. Whoa.
Since I've adjusted some things. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you were building onto it.
No, that's okay. I wasn't sure if that was intentional or not.
I'm just trying to like fit some more stuff in.
Okay.
I can move it back.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I was trying to think about like the drawbridge from Ocarina of Time, how it's kind of like a similar situation as this, although the moat is like pressed right up against that thing. But I don't know. I figured a big elaborate drawbridge would be fun.
Have I ever told you about the castle in Grand Rapids, or have I ever shown you it, or
We've
drive past it when you were
Oh no!
visited?
Why? Why?
Oh no! Ed. Oh god.
Starting to build up calluses. An old facial callus.
That helps. You're like Rocky. Take a hit.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing is, you know, you get enough punches to the face.
I have a couple pet turtles.
You know, you take enough punches to the face, you really understand. Like, hey, my face is full of blood now. It's all
fucked up.
blood over here. Yeah.
Can we shrink down all of this so there's a little more sky? Look, the horizon has a little more stuff going on. Or do you think we shouldn't?
Well, are we gonna have dragons or like flying things in the sky?
We could.
Just because, I mean, you know, since we're trying to draw like a busy drawing with a lot of stuff going on, having more sky makes sense if we're gonna, you know, use that space.
Right. A touch, just a teens, just a little tiny bit more.
Okay. Kind of like that.
Yeah, I just want to put some more towers in it too, and then yeah, dragons would probably be something I'll do.
Okay.
Why not?
Can you do Sylvester Stallone doing Christopher Walken? Says Zone Dog.
I mean, like today, because I mean, I've heard you do it 100 times.
I mean, that wasn't my best Sylvester Stallone either. I feel like my Stallone game is off, but I guess I'll give it a shot. Alright, so Sylvester, I'm gonna just lead in with Sylvester Stallone and then get to him doing his Christopher Walken impression. So that's gonna be the scenario. Hey, you know, we got the chat here telling me, hey, can you do Sylvester Stallone doing Christopher Walken? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm Sylvester Stallone, so here we go. Okay. You know, you got a mouse in your house.
Affiliate icon.
This mouse in your house. It's quite it's not a good mouse. You wanna get the mouse out of your house.
Some kind of mouse hunt or something? What the fuck is this?
I'm an exterminator, you know. Whoa. I'm gonna dance in a Fatboy Slim music video. Whoa. And that's Sylvester Stallone doing Christopher Walken. I don't know.
The chat has rated that 10 out of 15, which I think is good.
That's basically like a 60,
like an 8?
6%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's not like a.
Basically 2/3. That's not bad.
So.
Hey, oh, I think I was at a pretty good number. That's why I got most of my tests. I feel like we should move all of this, shift it all slightly to the left and down a tad.
Alright.
Like, shift the castle the same direction, if that's okay. I think you'll find it. Oh, I think you just did it, yeah.
Oops, sorry, I didn't know you were moving the castle.
No, I think you...
Cool.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You did it just right. Okay, this rating system is getting more confusing. Alright, fine. I'll give it a 100% of 10 out of 15.
100% of 10 is 10 out of 15.
So still
the same score.
Yeah. Works 66% of the time, all of the time. Hey, you know, that's some mouth I can get behind, you know.
Oh, yeah.
What is this, teriology? Austin is rating us in teriology.
You know, teriology, you'll be able to get to the asteroid.
Yeah, exactly. Get Margaret Hamilton here. Tell her to rewrite all that code in fucking teriology numbers, okay? God damn it. Where phonemes aren't pheromoning. You know, I actually just looked up what a phoneme was recently. I got into this like weird deep dive where I started looking up
a fake name.
No, I don't remember what it is. I think it's like a number that is prime, its prime numbers are equal to that of another number. I think those are phonemes.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. But I remember reading it, I think, when I was looking up cryptology. Which are cryptics? Or what's the fucking name of it? God damn it. Ciphers. Ciphers.
Is that Pokemon that we draw from memory?
That's right. No, it's that character from The Matrix. No, but just like when you if you shift a bunch of letters around, you're like, A equals M, and M is actually A, and B is actually, you know, that shit. That's a cipher because you're taking the alphabet and just rearranging it to like obscure it. And there's different forms of ciphers, and I just kind of went because like there was a Battlefield Easter egg that deals with ciphers, and each like Easter egg to get to this like weird horror Easter egg was a different cipher or whatever. So I just kind of went down this rabbit hole, and one of them involved phonemes, and I really like made sure I understood what each cipher meant, because like the descriptions on both Wikipedia and on this website I was using to like that would describe these things, both of them assumed a base level of knowledge that made it hard to keep up, so I'd have to like Google search something else, and it'd be like, oh yeah, phonemes. Phonemes are the title bits of sounds that make words. Then I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking of.
He said the little bits of sounds that make words.
No, that's
so like,
isn't that a...
Are you saying it's like...
syllable?
The syllable? Is it... But in a sound way? Like
So
syllable...
I feel like there's a better... I feel like the dictionary definition in this case will actually shed some light.
Is it like syllable but sound way? Is it, yeah, I said.
By the way, I still couldn't get the damn Sistine Chapel done as Frank Miller. I mean, these drawings look cool, but this is not giving me the results I'm asking for.
I just want the whole Sistine Chapel, but like instead of cherubs, it's Frank Miller's. How do we feel about this castle?
I'm liking it. I think we can draw a lot of dudes doing stuff in this castle. Should be fun. Any perceptually distinct units of sound in a specified language that distinguish one word from another. For example, P, B, and D, and T words pad, bat, bad, and bat. So I guess like saying like M is is the phoneme, you know? That's the best
It's like
example.
sounding things out type of thing, like in the bits.
Yeah.
You sound things out.
When you're teaching a child, like, how do you say bat? B, B, A, I, T, T. And those, but, you know, that shit is the phonemes.
Got it. Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom. We just, the more you fucking know on DrawBomb. Brandon, you have a sound effect for this. There we go.
I was scrambling to get there while you were saying, "Come on, bro, play it." So it added more pressure.
There you go. Then I'm gonna look up just the word I'm thinking of. That was Affine cipher. It was there's a fucking word, coprime, of course. Duh.
Similar.
No, not at all. Phoneme coprime. Phoneme coprime sounds like a fucking band from 2006 that made Fallout Boy-esque music.
I assumed it was the smart like Autobot or something.
Coprime.
Well, I guess all their names are always like Thunder Bite.
It depended on which robot, you know, because with the bad guys, it was all like
Big, like cool names.
Yeah, like Starscream, you know, and it had to sound edgy and cool. Ba-da-bam. There we go. I love that sound. That's probably like my favorite sound ever.
It's good. It makes you feel like you learned something.
Yeah. It does. Okay. I think, yeah, all we have now to do is just draw the actual legit shit. Let's get started. But Brandon, I got a question to ask you.
Go ahead. Go ahead, ask the question. I knew this was coming. Ask it already.
Do you have anything?
Oh God!
Actually, that made me want to stop. That one sounded sexual.
Oh, well, no, it wasn't.
That one sounded a little bit like you were enjoying it too much.
Obviously, it's not sexual because I'm not crying.
Oh man, okay. Do you have anything you want to plug?
No, not really. Not currently. Tune into DrawBomb on Mondays at 8 o'clock. It's a great show. Tell your friends.
You got more.
Try subscribing for 26 months. I don't know.
You got more of whatever this is that we do.
I enjoy it.
Apparently, people do. I mean, it befuddles
Dog says
me.
you are purples.
Yes.
It's true. We are. Well, I'm very purples. You're kind of purples, and I'm like
Yeah.
a beacon.
I think because you have the lighting already set up in your room.
It is. It is.
It almost makes the purpling of us a little redundant, and it also makes it look really. It makes us look very strange when I try and like close up on us in the highlights. We look downright devilish.
Well, you know, either I could change my lights, or you could change the filter. It's up to you.
I was thinking I might
Does the
change the
editing.
filter, but I'm not sure. It's still kind of fun to
I don't
me.
hate it. Yeah, it is fun. Zone Dog says, tell Brandon about how he missed The Fly. I'm devastated. I've been busy lately, so I've been able to come hang out with you guys, but I knew there was a movie or two I missed, and I was.
Yeah. You missed the fly.
How was it? How'd
It
you
was
guys
great.
feel about it?
We loved it. It's one of those movies where it becomes apparent that it's making a statement, and not like in a very ham-fisted sort of. It's not like saying anything. It's not like I'm worried about spoiling The Fly, but I also feel like I don't want to. Like, have you seen
Get
it
into
before?
that right now.
Well,
Yes, but it's been a while.
okay. Well, then you've already seen it.
been-
So
Been many years. I was I don't know. It's been a while.
Someone, I forget who it was that we were watching with. Kyle had no idea what the movie was about. Like,
Oh shit.
going into
Did he
it.
like
Not
it?
even a clue. And yeah, we all liked it. We all thought it was amazing. But
Oh, yeah.
he had no idea why it was called The Fly at first.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so he was asking us like, why is it called The Fly? I don't get it. And this was about 2 minutes before he actually realized,
Became a
like,
fly.
yeah. So the pacing of it is perfect because the moment that Kyle's watching it and he started saying, okay, I get the premise, but why this? It becomes apparent, and like he started questioning it, and the question was answered so closely after it, which I think just speaks.
It's always
to
satisfying when you're watching a movie with one of those people that are like, they have to like, not saying Kyle is, but like when you're watching a movie where somebody's like keeps being like,
a doubter.
Why this? Why that? And then the movie just answers it like right before that. You
Yeah.
know, so you don't have to even say a word.
It's fun when you're watching a movie and you get to, and especially if it's a movie you've seen before, or maybe it's a movie that you were excited to see, and you get to see the shouter, like not the doubter, not that Kyle was the doubter, but in a situation, like say it's someone who's kind of doubting, maybe they're not as invested as you would like, and then they get like that moment where they're like, oh, and then they get into it.
Yeah.
You know, that's always like a fun moment to experience.
Yeah, I should watch that again. Maybe I'll put that on my like Halloween list this year.
Yeah, it's good.
It's been over 10 years since I've seen it.
Yeah, and it's clear that it's a movie that's making a statement, or it's not making a statement, but it's paralleling its situation that's in it to having like a terminal disease, and you know, sort of coming to grips with like your impending mortality and things like that, which is a very interesting concept. And then there's all this really cool stuff going on as well. It was just a very fun, good movie, and as we were watching it, we found out that Mel Brooks was a producer on it.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wow, that's wild. I think that's probably the only like serious movie he's ever been part of. Probably not true, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big fan of the concept, or he really wanted to see it get made, and he was he really wanted this film to happen, but he also knew that his name being attached to it would make people like question the sincerity or like how serious the movie was.
The tone.
So he, you know, didn't make it a big deal that he was a producer on it or anything like that. But
That's cool.
yeah, apparently he's come to
Man,
embrace
what a
it.
treasure. That's gonna be tragic when he goes.
I know. He's
I feel like it's weird to like talk about like people who are still alive. Like, boy,
Impending.
they're old. Like that
Yeah.
seems rude, but I know it's coming. It's gonna be very sad.
Yeah. He's truly like, as far as I know, we've never heard of any stories of him doing anything bad, and it just seems like there's instance after instance of
delightful.
him being a very cool person. So you know, it's a shame that that's a dying breed.
The goat.
The goat. But yeah, great movie. Jeff Goldblum is.
Isn't that Gina Davis is she the love interest? Is that right?
I do not remember off the top of my head. She
Okay,
was
okay.
not in a lot of things. She was in like, or I mean, I think she was, but like not in a
Was
lot
she
of
in-
stuff I recognize.
Beetlejuice, was it her?
She was in Beetlejuice. Yeah, I remember Austin
Okay, yeah,
saying
Gina
that
Davis.
she was.
No, she was in a
married
lot of
to
things.
Alec Baldwin's character. Yeah, but maybe not things
was
I've
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
come across.
Gotcha.
We're so plugging, aren't we? We talked about The Fly.
We were.
Decided
Do
to
you have
turn
anything
purple.
plugging?
Talk about The Fly. Not yet. Still no Kickstarters to link to, but the official deadline that I have to have this comic that I've been working on done is the 7th. And I am not worried at all about hitting that deadline. I'm pretty confident.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've been grinding. You've been working. Like in the
Played a
past like
damn game.
month or two. I'm like, hey, want to do something other than working? And you're like, can't do it. I'm working. And I'm like, I respect you. These aren't the exact words, but this is kind of what's going on in my head.
Yeah. Oh, 0 kilobytes. We may have lost.
Yeah, it just
connection.
just died on the screen.
Whoop.
Hello?
Yeah, the internet's
that's
been
the
shit
sign.
this whole time. Yeah, maybe we should. So yeah, the Kickstarter's not happened yet. Book's still happening though. Deadline's the 8th or the 7th. Oh my god, these fucking. This internet
Yeah,
is.
well, you know,
Whatever.
maybe we're out.
It's been happening the whole show. I just stopped paying attention to it because I gotta get the internet fixed, but I gotta wait till October before I call again, just because of some info I got.
After they come take a look, you might want to look into like replacing your modem too, if it's in the budget.
We're gonna. The hope is that they'll replace the modem when I call.
Right, I know. I don't know about your provider, but in my experience, all the internet providers I've ever had, the one they give you sucks. It doesn't matter if it's the top of the line; it just like doesn't do shit.
Yeah, the issue is definitely the modem though. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna talk to the guy. They might replace the modem next time I call, and if they do or if they don't, we're gonna kind of go from there. If they do replace the modem, it'll be free though, because we did get it through them, which is why I'm willing to try that first.
Right.
Because this modem did work for a while until it didn't.
That's true.
So I'm just gonna go with the cheaper option for now.
That's smart.
Play it out. But yeah, the internet should. I mean, by the time I'm fucking done with this comic, hopefully the internet issue will be solved. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's annoying for the most part. It's not the worst.
Who knows? Maybe I can do some guest hosting too if we need to or whatever. We can figure out ways to make it work.
Yeah. I'm not stressing about it, honestly. I've sort of come to a zen place on the internet issues for right now.
Fair enough.
Oh well. But yeah, Mel Brooks is great. The Fly was really good. Go watch it if you want to see some cool shit. It's not for the faint of heart.
Is there a Fly 2? I think there's a Fly 2.
There is a Fly 2, and it's starring the son of Jeff Goldblum's character.
The opening scene, I just remember, like, I don't know if you have the same experience. I know we're about to go off the air, but as a kid, like, cable TV, like, not cable TV, like, local access TV would, like, block every swear, but it would still be super violent.
Yeah.
And I remember it was, like, a Saturday morning, play, like, some shitty movie, or, like, Sunday, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday morning, just play TV, like, movies, and there was The Fly 2, and it started up, and there's, like, a CD bar, if I'm remembering correctly. And there's an arm wrestling competition, and the one guy, who I'm assuming is the Fly's son, he just goes to arm wrestle a guy and just like snaps his arm in half, and like the bones just like are shooting out of the arm.
That actually happens in the first Fly. So if it's in the Fly 2, then
no, it might have been just me as a kid not knowing what I was watching. That might have been the Fly, and I just don't remember. I'm getting my wires crossed.
I mean, I would not be surprised at all if the Fly 2 had that same sort of scene in it as like a callback to the first, to make you remember, like, hey, remember this? It's the Fly 2. Although that's sort of a modern reboot sort of thing, actually. If they were to make a new Fly movie now, that would be like.
Nah, it was totally the Fly one. I'm looking it up. I'm just mixed up. I need to watch the Fly again. Obviously, is what this is telling me.
It was fantastic.
It's been too long. I don't even remember.
It was
okay,
so good.
Well, I think it's time for us to go.
Oh yeah. Folks, we're gonna have more Castle for you eventually, and this shit's gonna turn into a Hieronymus Bosch, Where's Waldo, Sistine Chapel, motherfucker.
It's gonna be what you said.
We're gonna get real Paul Robertson on you. Sometimes Paul Robertson does.
Yeah, he's been known to do that. Where's Wally if you're from over the pond?
That's right, not because they don't call him Waldo. Across yonder ocean, which is baffling. It's also weird because in Britain they don't call it Clue, they call it Cluedo.
They're not allowed to talk about Wally or Cluedo for another month because they're still mourning, and you can't have fun during that.
Oh no. That's right.
Somebody was trying to explain to me that like comedy is canceled for the mourning period, and I'm like, I don't think that's accurate. I don't really know how things work.
I don't know how it fucking works over there. For all we know, Prince Charles has like a gun to everyone's head and is just like, I swear to God.
You don't have to be scared though, because he can't pull a trigger with those hot dog fingers.
No. His vampire
Have you seen
face.
a picture of his hands?
No, but I don't think I want to.
Oh, you're going. I'm sending it to you immediately after this ends.
No.
Sorry.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
See ya. I can't wait to get this photo.
I'm gonna send it to you.